Every week, like a clockwork orange, if you get it, you get it, Banned Book Week rolls around. The hashtag appears, the stickers go on, and suddenly 1984 is on the back on the front table at Barnes& and Noble. You'd think Orwell himself was hiding from the Thought Police, instead of sitting comfortably in the public domain. And every year I find myself more and more frustrated, not with the idea of fighting censorship, but with what Banned Book Week has actually become. Because let's be honest, it isn't rebellion, it isn't fighting censorship, it's marketing. Welcome to this episode of The Bald Book Geek. I can already feel the dislikes. Take a look at the usual suspects on those lists. Catcher in the Rye, To Kill a Mockingbird, Harry Potter. Sometimes they throw in a few edgier picks, but the bulk of the list is safe, taught in schools, widely available fiction. These books are not banned. They are sold at every bookstore chain and every online retailer, sometimes free on Project Gutenberg. Yet every October, people hold up their banned copy of Orwell on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok, convinced they're making a statement and they've actually done something. In reality, they're buying into a sales pitch. It's rebellion packaged for easy consumption, safe rebellion with a sticker. And here's the cruel irony. The safer the book, the more dangerous it's made to look. I think Orwell would practically laugh at how perfectly his work has been co-opted into everything he kind of fought against. Meanwhile, the books that are genuinely banned, the books that cost the authors their safety, their homes, sometimes their lives, never make it into the conversation. That's being honest. And I've put a list in the pinned comments because I think it's easier if you have something you can copy and paste rather than having to pause a video and write things down. But you can see it there. These are not challenged books sitting on a PTA meeting agenda. They are books that terrified governments, books that came with real consequences for the people who dared to write them. But these don't fit a nice flat lay photo with a pumpkin spice latte. They don't make it into cozy booktube videos. They don't sell well enough to be marketable. And let's be honest, most readers in the West don't want to be reminded that literature can be dangerous. Most readers, we like our rebellion pre-packaged, sanitized, safe enough to post on Instagram without anyone getting too uncomfortable. Screw that. Make people uncomfortable. Make yourself uncomfortable. That's more important. That's what bothers me the most about Banned Book Week. It's designed to feel daring while never actually asking anyone to risk discomfort. It's a sales pitch disguised as activism, as rebellion, and it works beautifully. Because people want to feel like they're actually doing something without even leaving their comfort zone. Buying another copy of 1984 that will turn up in an unhaul video 3 months from now feels like you're joining a fight. Actually reading the words of someone that's work has had to be smuggled out of a prison cell, that's a lot harder. That's uncomfortable. That's not something you can put in a cheerful YouTube haul video with fairy lights in the background. Safe Rebellion lets you cosplay as a freedom fighter without ever leaving your living room. It's rebellion without consequences, which really means it's not rebellion at all. You're not rebelling against anyone. Here's the darker part. Insiders in publishing have admitted this. Banned Book Week is a goldmine. It's an excuse to resell the same classics under the guise of moral duty. Nothing makes a book fly off its shelves faster than slapping banned on its cover. People eat it up, they feel righteous, they take a photo, post a hashtag, go back to their day, convinced they've done their part in the fight against censorship. Or done anything at all. But let's call it what it is. This isn't fighting censorship, it's consumerism in drag. It's the literary equivalent of, I don't know, buying a political leader on a t-shirt, a hot topic. Rebellion manufactured, mass-produced and sold back to you at a markup. Because it's safe. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Censorship is still happening, right now, all over the world, and not the soft suburban kind where a school library pulls a book for being too edgy. No, real censorship. Writers imprisoned. Journalists unalived. I can't say the word that I was originally going to say. Publishers exiled. That doesn't fit neatly into Banned Book Week. It doesn't get sponsored Instagram reels, and it definitely doesn't sell another copy of To Kill a Mockingbird. We don't like those stories because we're forced to look at the real cost of truth. They remind us of why it matters, not just a slogan, but things worth fighting for. That's terrifying. It's easier to buy Orwell again, light a candle, and pretend you're joining the resistance. You're not. You're just buying a book that's readily available and firmly out there in the void. So yeah, maybe I do sound a bit better. Because in fairness, I fell for this stuff years ago. But every time I see someone proudly holding up their banned copy of 1984, I can't help but think of the people whose voices we never hear, the books that never made it into cozy social media feeds, authors who don't get a smile under a ring light because they're in prison or worse. Buying Orwell, Clockwork Orange, Harry Potter, To Kill a Mockingbird, you name it, at Barnes & Noble doesn't make you brave, it doesn't make you a rebel. Reading the words of someone who risked everything to write in a country where that wasn't allowed, that might actually change you. That might actually make you think. That might inspire you, because those words are 100 times more important than buying another copy of 1984. I'm not joking. Seriously. So next time Banned Book Week rolls around, ask yourself, are you really fighting censorship? Or just boosting sales for Penguin Random House? Or boosting your own engagement online? Because rebellion, when it's safe, isn't rebellion at all. It's branding. It's comfortable. It's safe. And it doesn't make you or anyone else uncomfortable to sit with questions and conversations that you're not willing to have. Or maybe things you're not ready to have. So anyway, that's kind of my rant. Probably going to upset a few people, but hey, who cares at this point? That's kind of the point. I'm here to make you think. Few people that watch my channel, if I make you think, then that's all the better. If you want more conversations that dig into the darker, messier side of publishing, book culture, media, hit like and subscribe. And maybe check out my Patreon, Substack, or become a YouTube membership person. You can join the people of the Tidy Whities. Because over there, I don't have to worry about the algorithm only recommending you Ring Light Rebellion videos. I can be my absolute self. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.